If it wasn't caught on camera, no one would believe it.
Moments after the bar collapse, he just missed hitting the rock face. Fortunately, he kept his composure and opened his parachute.
Every day, there are strange things happening around us that are so insane, it's hard to believe if it actually happened. Here are all the moments that, if it weren't caught on camera, no one would believe them. Let's dive right in. Number 10. Thunderstrike in Shenyang, China.
While violent, these weather phenomena are common, with about 2,000 occurring at any moment worldwide.
A little rain never hurt anybody. However, after what happened in Shenyang, China, it's hard to believe that. In August 2013, Shenyang's Meteorological Bureau declared a red alert for rain in the city. But despite the warning, the people of Shenyang were still not prepared for what came next. A bolt of lightning struck a high-voltage power line, causing chaos all over the city. All people heard was a loud bang. Fire erupted in the nearby buildings, and even the cars on the road near the fire almost got burned to a crisp. A few Chinese citizens managed to catch the moment on camera, taking pictures and videos of the bright orange flames seen in the sky that evening. The people of Shenyang were surprised to see the chaos it caused. However, what they found more shocking was that no one had been seriously harmed by the explosion. Number 9. The nose-diving helicopter.
There's not much to say besides this thing is ridiculously fast.
Sometimes things end up happening for no reason, and there isn't much explanation behind them. That's what happened when the Korean version of Top Gear decided to shoot a drag race between a Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 and a vintage Bell AH-1 Cobra attack helicopter. Because, well, why not? But that's not the strange part. As the Corvette comes to a stop, the helicopter unexpectedly goes into a slow tailspin and nosedives into the ground for apparently no reason. The interesting part about it all is the fact that upon investigation, it was revealed that there was no system malfunction of any kind, which means the helicopter had actually spun out of control for no reason. Fortunately for the cast, even though there was the immediate chaos that ensued after the epic crash, there was no one that got seriously injured. Number 8. Crushed vehicle between trucks.
A woman was first to emerge, and she's said to be in a stable condition in hospital.
In June 2020, 2 school teachers were driving their cars in South China when they were hit from behind by a large heavy loading truck. The lightweight vehicle went into shock and slammed into a cement truck that was parked just in front of the vehicle waiting for the traffic light. Not only that, but the truck that caused the accident kept going, slamming into the car again, crushing it almost completely between the 2 heavy trucks. The 2 women found themselves trapped in their car between the 2 trucks. Fortunately, both the women were miraculously saved from being suffocated or crushed to death and lived to tell it all. A nearby resident on the street also captured the whole thing on video, making it easier for people to believe something this freaky could actually happen. Number 7. Swallowing pavement.
Caught on camera now, and a woman takes a nasty fall.
Tonight, she's being treated for some serious injuries.
Here's something unbelievable that happened in North China. A seemingly unsuspecting girl was walking down the street, talking on her phone and looking ahead, when a random piece of pavement collapsed, taking the girl down with it into a 19-foot deep hole. The surveillance camera that caught it all even showed the girl hitting her chin on the pavement as she attempted to use her hands to save herself. A taxi driver saw her fall down the hole and immediately stopped his car in the middle of the street and climbed down the hole using a cable on the pavement to try and save her. The girl, who was now unconscious, took a few minutes to respond. Until then, a rescue team had arrived, and although the girl was terrified and screaming from fear, she climbed out of the hole on a ladder with her hero taxi driver right behind her. Number 6. The base jumping nightmare.
As he was swinging, the bar collapsed. Fortunately, the father of 5 lived to tell about it.
Base jumping is one of the world's most extreme sports, and for good reason. Even the most experienced base jumpers with the best laid out plans can have things go wrong. That's what happened to Norwegian jumper Richard Henriksen, a surgeon who likes doing stunts before base jumping. So, while shooting for a TV show, he attempted to launch himself by swinging off a high bar. Unfortunately, the mount wasn't strong enough and it unexpectedly gave away. The TV crew were certain he wasn't going to make it. However, not only did Richard avoid the rocks when falling down the cliff, but also didn't hit any of the poles that went down with him. Thankfully, he regained composure at the right time to open his parachute and landed safely. But watching him fall to what could be his death is enough to get your heart rate up. Number 5. The near miss.
You're going to see what happens in just a second here. Look behind him. Wallop. There it is, falling out of the sky.
Skiing is another extremely dangerous sport. And we get it, you can be caught in an avalanche at any moment. That must require some nerves of steel. However, sometimes danger can occur without any warning. That's exactly what happened to 4-time overall World Cup defending champion Marcel Hirscher back in 2015. During a race in the Italian Alps, his second World Cup run that year, the champion narrowly misses the camera drone that fell only inches behind him, making it painstakingly obvious that if he was only a second slower, it would have landed on top of him. Despite the hiccup, Marcel still managed to finish in second place. However, despite the happy ending, the footage of the drone falling right behind him makes it terrifying to think how differently things could have ended. Number 4. Heavy rain and flooding.
While thunderstorms are necessary for maintaining balance in the atmosphere, they can also be hazardous.
Monsoon season in India is no joke. In the summer of 2020, the people of Mumbai witnessed a rainstorm resulting in 8 inches of water in just 4 hours that caused major urban flooding. Not only was it unbelievable to look at, but it also broke quite a few records. The city had not experienced this much rainfall since 2005. Naturally, it wreaked havoc on the city. Businesses in a city with 20 million people were all closed down. Even the train station was closed. Many houses were destroyed and citizens found themselves swimming against the raging water currents. There were many videos of cars almost completely submerged in water recorded, making it look like a scene straight from a movie. Number 3. Running from the police?
Surveillance video shows some frantic moments inside a Spruce Grove convenience store.
A convenience store camera in Alberta, Canada, picked up a couple trying to evade the police as they attempted to leave the store. When the policeman pulls out his taser, the man grabs snacks to throw at him. However, he quickly decides against it and lays down on the ground. But no, what's the fun in that? The man goes for the officer, who then tases him. The girl then decides to get creative, goes into the back and climbs on what seems to be a refrigerator. While she does that, the man is just not giving up, making the police officer chase him around the store. This is where the craziest thing happens. The footage shows the girl falling through the ceiling in the middle of the store and bouncing off a display shelf onto the floor. By this time, more policemen had showed up with their tasers out for these die-hard criminals. Or should we say clowns? Number 2. Terrifying sharks.
I just had this instinct that someone was behind me, and then all of a sudden I felt it started getting pulled underwater.
Every movie we see about sharks shows us just how terrifying the creatures are. But is that really true? An incident caught on camera might give you more than the answers you were hoping for. While competing in a competition, Nick Fanning found himself in the water with a shark as he waited for a wave to start. The fin-like object showed up mere inches away from him, and the clip showed him panicking to get away from it. However, he was only engulfed deeper into the ocean as a wave came. Fortunately, by a stroke of luck, Nick came out unharmed and uninjured. Although watching the clip of a shark almost brushing against him is enough to put anyone off from ever going into the ocean. Number 1. Rubik's Cube.
Once you do this, you can start getting the hang of it, start doing it fast.
Solving a Rubik's Cube is already an impossible task, but people like Jeremy Allison wanted to do more than show how quickly he can solve it. He decided to combine 2 of his passions: falling out of the sky at 100 miles per hour while solving a Rubik's Cube. I guess he really just wanted to raise the bar of things that are physically possible. He turned onto his back and ignored the fact that he was literally falling to the ground 100 miles per hour so effectively that he was able to solve it before he even had to open his parachute. Talk about talent! The clip of him solving the Rubik's Cube as he falls out of the sky is easily one of the greatest and most impressive things you will ever witness. And that's a wrap on 10 moments that, if weren't caught on camera, no one would believe them. What do you think about the relevant question to the video? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.